At the expense of the reigning two-time home run derby champion, Yoenis Cespedes, the Oakland Athletics have acquired pitching ace Jon Lester. Now, on the surface, that might sound like a great trade, but I'll tell you why it isn't. Next. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand why the Athletics will want Jon Lester. He has a 1.51 ERA in the postseason last season, leading the Red Sox to the World Series. So don't get me wrong, I understand why. But they also just acquired Jason Hamill and Jeff Samardzija from the Cubs on July 4th. And to give up Yoenis Cespedes, your cleanup hitter, who's only 28 years old, just reaching his prime, who has this year and next year left on his deal, I don't think that was smart because Jon Lester is only going to be a rental. After this season, Jon Lester could very well go back to the Red Sox, and there are rumors saying so. So in the end, the Red Sox will get Lester and have Cespedes going forward. And the A's, they don't win the World Series. They are out their best hitter, in my opinion. Now, I know Brandon Moss has more homers and such, but to me, Yoenis held that lineup together in the cleanup spot. And Johnny Gomes, the replacement they got for Yoenis, he is no type of power hitter. His average is worse. I think the only thing he's better than Yoenis is on base percentage. And Johnny Gomes is 33 years old, definitely on the downward side of his career. And his stats are pretty pathetic, if you ask me. Well, at least compared to Yoenis Cespedes. Now, I understand Billy Beane is an analytical guy and such, and maybe analytically Yoenis is not the greatest. But I'm going to read you off some stats of Yoenis's and let you decide for yourself. Yoenis led the A's in runs, hits, doubles. He was third in home runs, third in RBIs, and second in slugging percentage on their team. So Yoenis' 17 home runs and 67 RBI are going to be hard to replace. He is their cleanup guy. Now, I know you can probably plug in Brandon Moss, who has 23 home runs, the most on their team, into the 4th spot. But I think the combination of Moss, Donaldson, and Cespedes in the 3, 4, 5 slot was just a perfect mesh for the A's to just completely light up teams. Now, I know Billy Beane is banking on the fact that the A's have the best run differential in the whole MLB by a whopping 73 runs over the next best team, which is the Los Angeles Angels. And I know that this trade had to do with the fact that the A's have been put out twice, 2 years in a row, by the Detroit Tigers because of their pitching. So they figured, let's give up Cespedes to get Jon Lester. Now, that would be a smart trade if Jon Lester is going to re-sign, but there's no indication of such. And there are even such indications that he may wind up back a Red Sox next season. So Yoenis Cespedes is not worth trading away for just a 3 to 4 month rental of Jon Lester. If the Oakland A's do not win the World Series, this trade will come back to haunt them for years and years to come. Cespedes is 28 years old, has a chance to become probably a top 5 to top 10 outfielder in the league, especially on the hitting side of the ball. So Billy Beane better hope this works out well, because if not, the A's just traded away their best player for a 3-month rental of Jon Lester.